Barry, our third 3-all draw of the season, away in Newington here at Inver Park. Just give us your thoughts.
Frustrated, Gareth. The level of performance, level of game management, level of experience really lacking in a game that we started really well in, and we probably finished the half really well in. The second half was as close to as disaster as you could get. We find ourselves in this situation 5 games in, and we have wee pieces that we can be grateful for, and wee pieces of goodness, and it's like, you get one sweet and you just don't get the others.
In terms of, maybe a cliche here, but so many chances there to go and put that game to bed, both before actually even the first goal and then even the start of the second half, and then again sort of susceptibility at the back. I mean, is it a bit of a theme that's what's happening so far, even in the first 5 games of this season?
Yeah, listen, and people will simplify it and they'll make it a defensive problem. At this level of football, your defensive unit is your team, and the best way to defend is to close teams out when you have the opportunity. We didn't do that today. Now, you would think a 3-1 scoreline with 45 minutes to play is closed out, but it's not, because it's a 1-goal swing. If we get the 4th goal, the game's over. They get the 4th goal, and that gives them momentum, and then we start to do things. We continue to do things which is completely against what players are being encouraged to do, and by doing that we add fuel to the fire. We encourage Newington to come and do things against us that we don't want them doing. So we vacate our game plan and we encourage them to do things that they're stronger at, and the mix of that is just disastrous.
Next Friday night, Bangor at home at the showgrounds. Obviously looking forward, we'll miss it through suspension. In terms of the other injured players that missed out today, Adam Sally, Ryan McGivern in particular, do you envisage having them back? And obviously Jenna Foster will be back from suspension as well.
It's too early for us at the minute. The boys are still settling with their injuries, so they've received a wee bit of treatment over the last few days, but it's just too early for us to call. We'd be hopeful that we would have some returns, but they may not just be fully fit come Friday.
In terms of that game, I mean, Bangor, obviously, Bangor and ourselves are probably the 2 teams that maybe a lot of people were seeing at the start of the season being tipped to be up at the top, and it hasn't maybe quite worked out for either side so far. A massive game in the context of the season, even this early.
Yeah, I think so. I think given where we are at this minute in time, Bangor can do whatever they want in any other game. It doesn't really bother me that much. But certainly from our perspective, we want to be winning games week in, week out. I still think we have enough in the squad and the players to do that. I was hoping it wouldn't take us this long to settle in the championship life, but it seems to be that it's just the way it is. Friday night's massive. Obviously you've got 2 really big clubs and 2 big teams that have aspirations to want to win the league. It won't be a win at all costs scenario, but I think both teams, and particularly us, we're looking for a big performance and a big result against a big team to try and nearly spark our season into a wee bit of life. So yeah, and not to mention the 3 points would be massive, because while other results probably went okay today for us in whatever respect, the gap's just too big from where we're sitting at the minute to where we want to be, and it doesn't matter who's in between us and the top. We want to be sitting there, and we want to be getting there as quickly as we possibly can, and then our job is to try and stay there. But Bangor will have the same appetite. I think it'll be a good game, 2 footballing sides, but listen, we've a lot of work to do between now and next Friday, and I hope that, should I say, the players have a lot of work to do between now and next Friday. Us as a staff will stick to our principles. What we're delivering to the players, we're confident suits them, and they just need to continue to buy into that and see, can we see more of that game after game after game. But today's a backward step for us, but that's not to say that we won't be ready for Friday night. And big wins always feel good, and they'll certainly feel good after performances and results like today.
before Friday night, obviously a big game in terms of the local area against Warrenpoint Town, obviously a club you know very well in the Mid-Ulster Cup at the Showgrounds. You know, is that a good thing to get a lot of players, you know, back out? A lot of those players who played today will probably play. It gives you a chance to bring in some of the younger lads as well. I mean, what way do you sort of approach that game after today and looking forward to Friday night?
Yeah, I think ideally, if we hadn't got the injuries that we had and the players that were missing at this minute in time, we would have been looking forward to a Tuesday game. I think given our situation, it would be fair to say that we might look at team selection slightly different for Tuesday night and focusing on what might be, you know, the biggest game so far for us in the league on Friday. But it's a game that, listen, we want to win. It's a Mid-Ulster Cup game, it's a local derby. Our fans won't want us to roll over for it. But we're going to have to, you know, play head and heart a wee bit closer and understand what's best for us and not be led by our heart in terms of local rivalries and trying to win games. But in the flip to it, gives us an opportunity on Tuesday night to go and get a win. And if we're honest, the best preparation for Friday, today and Tuesday night would have been for us to win a game. We didn't do it today, so we have that opportunity on Tuesday, and then we just need to be careful how we manage the players between now and Friday.